Moving up. Courageous Call with the inside, Carissa T2, Fairest Fella, Rock and Roll Road. They're almost set. And the green light's up, they're away and racing this time. Rock and Roll Road taken off the gate at the start, as too was Fairest Fella. And from the pole, Courageous Call will have little trouble going through and holding the front as they swing out of the straight the first time. Not going overly quickly in the lead here. Carissa T lobs into second spot, just racing a shade off the fence. And then a fairly decent gap of about 10 or 12 metres to the other pair here, which are Fairest Fella and also Rock and Roll Gold. So they go to the back straight, the 2-year-olds here for the first time. They've got just over a circuit and a half to go. And out in front, and doing it nicely too, Courageous Call. They start to stack up in the race here. It's Courageous Call, the leader. Margin about 5 or 6 metres. In second spot as they head up towards that top turn this time around is still Carissa T. Third position is Fairest Fella, and last of all is Rock and Roll Gold. So coming up towards the home turn, and this time around they'll get the bell. They've got just over a circuit left to go in the second event of the morning here, and no change in the order. Still Courageous Call biding its time at the head of affairs and brings them into the straight, going along nicely, about 5 metres to Carissa T racing second. Third spot as they come down, we're just over a lap to go, Fairest Fella, and still last is Rock and Roll Gold. So at the judge, they've got 1 lap left to go. And turning out of the straight, inside the final circuit, 800 metres still left to run. Courageous Call, the leader. Leads Carissa T in second as they swing towards the back the final time. Third is Fairest Fella, still last is Rock and Roll Gold. Over to the back straight, 600 metres left to run. Still no change, and still in front, Courageous Call, going along nicely, 4 metres clear. Second as they head down the back straight, the last time as this leader just starts to get a tapple on is Carissa T. Now Fairest Fella, the first to make a move, gets off the pegs and starts to go forward, and then Rock and Roll Gold. They start the bunch inside the 400 metre mark, still Courageous Call, the leader, 4 in front. On the outside, running on nicely now is Fairest Fella, followed then by Rock and Roll Gold, who'll be forced 3 wide, and Carissa T's now put into a pocket. On the turn at the 200 metre mark, and still in front, Courageous Call. Here are the swoopers though. Fairest Fella runs on stoutly, and down the outside is Rock and Roll Gold. In the straight, still Courageous Call in front. Carissa T back to the inside. Fairest Fella the outside, still in front. Courageous Call though, and we'll get there. Courageous Call has just held on from either Fairest Fella or Carissa T, and not too far away was Rock and Roll Gold.